Welcome to BigBiddness.
Hey, Rab, what you cooking up?
BigBiddness.
Yo, welcome back to season 2, episode 1, BigBiddne Podcast. We back at it doing the same shit we always did, and today we kicking it off, man. We in Ask Questions Lounge, and we got one of our favorites, another Eastside special, Chasity Patterson in the building.
Real shit.
But
What's up?
let me go ahead and kick it off. You know, it's your boy Matt.
Yeah, it's your boy JT, man. Your favorite BigBiddne Podcast, man. We got a good special one for y'all today.
It's gonna be special, huh?
Yeah, of course.
I'm Cam. I'm the newest host on this podcast, BigBiddne, man. That's all we repping around here, man.
Sure.
And I'm Chasity Patterson. As y'all know, 3K. Appreciate y'all bringing me in today.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, today, like I said from the beginning, Chasity is another Eastside member, and she's an Eastside legend.
Of
Scoring
course.
3,000 points. Am I correct? I want to get it correct.
Yeah, it's
now.
a little bit over. It's a little bit over 3,000.
3K and some change, bro.
Yeah.
Being the number 1 rated point guard coming out of Houston, am I correct? 2017?
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Stop me when I'm lying. Just stop me when I'm lying.
You ain't gonna be lying, my boy.
Kicked it off and went to Texas. Am I correct?
Yep.
UT.
McDonald's All-American before that.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Look, hey, I'm telling y'all, this a lot.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can't
lot.
forget about UK, man. That's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
McDonald's All-American, number 1 point guard in the nation.
Yeah.
And where you went the first school, out of high school?
Texas, University of Texas.
DUT.
Yeah.
DUT.
Yeah. Then transferred to Kentucky. that's
Okay,
where I
and
finished
name
off
all the accolades you got at each university.
So when I was at Texas, I had got preseason freshman of the year. So I played a season there. Then I transferred and went to the SEC. Played at Kentucky. First year got SEC Sixth Woman of the Year. And then my senior year got all defensive SEC team. Naismith for defensive player of the year. So it was
God damn, that's a long list for y'all, man.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more we missed on, but it's all good. Them the main ones, you know.
Real talk, though.
Yep.
Man, that's why I say I ain't gonna lie, today a special interview, and it's another week. We wanted to open up season 2 with another Eastside special, and this is an Eastside legend.
Yeah, real
All right,
talk.
Chasity,
Appreciate it.
you done gave us kind of a gist about you, but let the fans know a little bit about you and your upbringing, and tell them about Chasity Patterson, the person. Like, how did this all start? Where did it all originate from?
Okay. So most people know me from, growing up on the east side, east side of Houston. I started playing basketball when I was like 5 years old. Just going to the YMCA right there on Wallaceville by North Shore and just training. So that's when most people first seen me. But even before that, we had rap.
Yeah.
That's where I met a whole lot of people, and so that's
Mr.
kind of
Howard.
where like everybody started seeing who I was and stuff. But overall, like me and my siblings, we all play sports. My sister, she ended up playing at U of H. She played volleyball. My younger sister, Michaela, she played at North Shore too. She played when I was a senior. She was a freshman, so she played. Ended up going to Blinn, but went to Cunningham and all that. Just kind of grew up on the east side, and then it just kind of took off from there.
So when you said you started training when you was 5, but like, is that like serious training, or was it like
That's
hooping?
That's just going to the gym, just getting shots up, really just like working on drills. Yeah, my daddy had me
Damn,
doing
5
it.
years old?
5 years old,
Wow,
yeah.
she getting
We
the
see where
grind.
that product came
And
from.
it's coming more common now. Like a lot of kids starting at 5.
Yeah,
They start young.
Especially with the contracts out there now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You got no choice.
Let me go ahead and ask you this. So when did you realize you was a lot better than, the girls around you?
I started seeing a lot of my talent, like real young, like when I was at RAC. My mama, we noticed, like, it was kind of time for me to go to the next level. And so that's why I started getting into AAU. That's when I got into AAU.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you
And
about AAU.
I was like a 7th grader playing with like the 9th grade team. So all my whole career, I really been playing up, like as far as like the youth, like when I was in high school, middle school, playing like 2-3 years up. So that really would help me elevate too.
When you was playing up, did you feel like you belonged with them, or like you feel like damn, like they big, like they? I knew it was the size difference was crazy.
Oh yeah, it always been a size difference for me because I'm a small guard, but it was crazy because I still was like the top, like I still stood out. So it was like
That's crazy.
that's when I
man.
knew I was like, okay, yeah, this for me, this for me.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. They didn't kind of like fast forward it a little bit. I wanted to know a little bit about like the uproot, like the beginning, like what made you fall in love like with the game. You touched on a little bit like your parents and like your sisters and the rest of your family a little bit. What made you fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, it's just naturally, like when I first started playing, I just love it. Like it's just like it's like therapy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like just going to hoop at the Y, going to hoop at North Shore, open runs, like just hooping with the guys. That was just something that was just fun to me. Like I wasn't thinking like it would end up like how it is, becoming a professional, being number one point guard. We wasn't thinking about that. I was just like, hey, we finna go
Just
hoop.
out there hooping.
Yeah,
you
we
feel
finna go
me?
hoop.
Yeah.
So that's how I really fell in love with it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I seen you like touch on like your parents and how they play like an influential role in your life. Which one would you say like played the most important part in like your sports aspect, or was it both of them? And if it was both of them, like which way did they play the role, and how was they both important?
Look, I ain't mean to cut y'all off, but going to the games, I kind of know exactly who it was. But I swear.
Oh, you sound
This is the thing,
new.
though. This is the thing, yeah. So I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people be thinking like, y'all know my dad.
Yeah. Of course,
Everybody know my dad. They be like, Mr. Yee, like, yeah. He the one really was in the gym, but people don't notice though. My mama really played a really big role in my career too.
Okay.
Like when I went from RAC to AAU, she the one that's got me into AAU. Like she found my team and stuff, and then she just really played a big part too. Like as far as like the mental side of it.
Yeah.
Like if I was having a bad game or something happened after the game, I'm going to her, talking to her. It's like the business side too.
Yeah.
When I got older, talking to these colleges and doing just certain stuff like how to carry yourself on social media and stuff, just like stuff like that. But when it came to like the training, y'all know my daddy. Y'all know the games, y'all know my daddy. So I'll say my mom more so business and the mentality of like off the court things and on the court too. She'll talk to me before games too. But my dad for sure, he the hype man. He recorded all my games.
Everything,
so I had my film and stuff like that. So they both played a big role for real.
So your pops mainly played that tough love role. Like he gonna tell you what it is. You feel me? You went to mom's for like the consoling and like what you needed to hear. You feel me? Like
that's true. That's
at a
true.
young age,
I feel like you need that balance though.
Yeah,
I really do. I really do. And I feel like a lot of kids do too, because it's like if you have just one, it'll be bad.
Yeah,
if somebody, you don't have nobody telling you like it's good, you good, but just you need that somebody to be
because it
hard
ain't
on
all
you too.
good all the time. Sometimes you need to hear what's bad.
Yeah,
you
you need
feel
to
me?
be. So it's just hard criticism. You got to be able to handle it.
But I ain't gonna lie, like really like kind of touch on that subject because I know a lot of kids come up with like both parents not playing sports, and you said like your mom was your biggest influence, and if I'm not mistaken, did your mom play any sports growing up?
She played at the park. She told me she played at the park. She ain't played organized, not organized. So neither one of my parents really played organized sports. That's what's crazy. So, but
for real?
my dad, he said he used to play at the park and stuff. They used to think he played for the Rockets. Like he was good, but he just ain't never had the same opportunities.
Yeah, he was a park legend.
Yeah,
basically.
park legend. You know how it is.
Yeah.
That's how most our parents is. Like if they hooped, they hooped at their parks or something. It wasn't no.
Yeah, it was a whole different
It was
generation.
a whole different
back then,
generation.
yeah.
We got more opportunities.
Yeah, we in the gym. They was in the streets with
Yeah. Facts.
So would you say like growing up on the east side, like really like motivated like most of it like your drive for like the game and gave you like the grittiness of the game that set you apart from other athletes? Because like you said, you was undersized, but something had to set you apart. Like where did you find that niche?
Okay, I say I'm gonna answer the first part where you said that the east side play a huge part. Yeah, because all the people that I was like playing with, like all the guys that I used to go hoop with at the YMCA, like that was making me better playing against them guys. Like, they didn't take it easy on me at all. So it was like, hey, we don't care if you're a girl or not, bro. You got to come hoop. And then over time, you just see me, like, progress. Like, that really made me good. And then also playing up in AAU. But I'll say, what you said on the last part?
I was what made you, was it growing up on the east side that made you find that niche, that grittiness that you play with today that everybody sees on film?
Especially on the defensive end.
Yeah. The east side, man, like, our community is so, like, supportive. Like, that really would
somebody
make
come out the
hard.
east, you know, you
and
can
it
take
ain't
care
just me.
of.
It's like everybody, like, y'all can attest to that. Like, if you got people supporting you, it just make you go harder, bro.
Make
like,
you go harder.
You like,
make you
don't
feel
wanna
better about
disappoint.
yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to disappoint nobody. You want to represent. Like, everywhere we go, we represent east side. Like, we got people in the NFL, NBA, or whatever. Hey, G League. Everybody repping the east side, so it just make you be passionate about your sport or whatever you're doing. It don't have to be basketball. It don't have to be no sport.
And I'm just going to be completely honest. Like, you really shed light to the women's basketball whenever you start hooping coming up from on the east side point of view, because you think about it, like, a lot of East Side people, we were just going strictly to the football games, you know what I'm saying? Some boys basketball games, but man, you came up, everybody was in the gym.
Man, that's a big thing too, because I noticed that too. Like, once I was a freshman at North Shore, like, the first few games, it wasn't really nobody in the stands. So it was
crowds,
it was a weak crowd, but like, bro, like that fourth game,
that name got to buzzing on that East Side. Man, I gotta see what she buy.
But I was like, that was good, though, that I was able to do that for my team, though, because we had a good season. It wasn't just, about 3K, you know what I'm saying? I give props to all my teammates because I can't do it by myself. It's a sport. It's a team sport.
There was some D1 athletes on that team with you, though.
Yeah, facts.
It was some D1 athletes on that team with you.
Yeah. It was. What, Adriana?
Yeah.
Adrian. It's a couple more too, but
I was wild, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the YMCA because that's when low key I kind of got the first taste of you. I was like, oh my God, I seen you. I ain't gonna say his name, but I seen you rock somebody, and when I seen that, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, she the truth.
Yeah, you used to go down at that YMCA. Yeah. That 2-ball used to get crucial.
That 2-ball, man.
Hey, that 2-ball, man. That 2-ball used to get.
Bro.
We used to be like, man, hell no, man, you hooping with a boy ball, man. Fuck all that. Here, get a boy ball, man.
Hey, no, that's what's crazy. I ain't tell y'all that, but when I first started playing basketball, I started shooting with a boy ball. Like, I had to learn how to shoot with a girl ball. Yeah.
I was about to say, that's a difference.
He used to take me to the gym. He used to use his ball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I got to, like, middle school, so he's like, nah, you got to start hooping with the girl ball now. So
let me ask you this. Was that like a hard transition for you?
Going from the boy to the girl?
From the boy ball to the girl ball.
I don't think it was. But, I mean, I guess because the weight, but I don't think it was. I think I got adjusted to it pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I started training with it all the time.
Yeah.
So
Definitely feel like you can shoot deeper with it, though, huh?
Yeah.
Just because of the weight?
I feel like I shoot better with the boy ball, though.
You shoot better with the boy ball?
For real. And further away. Yeah. Like, if we go to the gym, bro, I might hit like 10 in a row, like NBA threes, but I don't know. It's just, I'm used to that boy ball, and it feel better coming off my hand.
Feel better?
Yeah.
You the first girl I ever heard say that. That's crazy.
I probably hoop more with it, like, cause
growing
time,
up,
you know what I'm saying? That's probably why.
I understand.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate to backtrack again, but I heard you touch on the subject of AAU and like high school basketball.
Yeah.
Where you started as a true freshman on varsity basketball. Which one would you say played a better role in your development? Was it more of AAU or was it more of high school basketball?
Definitely AAU basketball, just because of the competition. It's a different level. So I was playing with Software Elite, the EYBL team, the Nike EYBL team. So we was traveling, and, playing against the top. All the teams we played against was like top guards. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody ranks, and so you don't get that in high school. You might have one or two ranked on the team, but you don't get like the whole team ranked out. So I feel like definitely AAU was definitely the one that pushed me and helped me develop. And so I just used that and try to bring it back to the high school game, you know what I'm saying? And try to help my teammates the best way I could. Yeah.
And shout out to the YouTube boy. Y'all play AAU basketball, huh?
Yeah. Wait.
Y'all talk about that a little bit.
Hey, man, you heard
talk about that a little bit.
I I ain't gonna lie. My best game in my life, I scored 12 points. And it was Houston Defenders.
Nah, I witnessed it though, bro.
Yeah,
bro did that against the
Houston
Houston Hoops.
Houston Defenders was like that. They
Bro
like
did that against the Houston Hoops.
My mistake, but it was game winner, but we didn't win.
Wait.
So,
that don't make no sense, bro.
What year was this?
We went to overtime and I won.
Hey, how was it a game winner and you ain't win, bro?
Because we went to overtime.
Then it wasn't a game winner.
That's what I'm saying.
I stole 12 points on my mama. I swear to God.
talking.
Bro,
I scored 12 points.
12 points ain't.
So Matt and Cam, what year was this? Like what? How old was y'all?
I was probably
8th grade?
No, I was 9th grade. No, chill out.
Man, you wasn't playing no basketball in high school, bro.
On my mama, I was 9th grade.
You wasn't playing.
I don't remember that.
This was
Oh
not
my-
high
I don't
school,
remember
bro.
that.
This was in the 8th grade,
I'm
bro.
yelling at coach the whole game. They got me on the bench. I said, put me in the game. Put me in the game. I
Put you in
hit
the game
3
for what,
threes.
though?
I hit 3 threes and we went to overtime.
Matt, I ain't know
You
you
did.
hoop.
I ain't gonna lie, I was at the tournament. My team
Guess
was
who
at
the
the
point guard
tournament too.
was?
Look, I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Nah. Guess who the point guard I was holding was?
Who?
KD.
Kendrick Davis for everybody who don't
yeah,
know.
come
He
on,
not
nah,
Kevin
man.
Durant.
You got it.
Not Kevin Durant, man.
You gotta spell. You gotta read.
Come on,
Say who that was.
I'm
who
finna
that
say
came
No,
from.
yeah.
Shout out to Kendrick though. That boy Hooper, man, he G League
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He
Playing up there in South Bay.
First time I seen him hoop, I was like, man, he tough.
Yeah, I seen him back then. I seen him at Sam
Yeah.
Houston too. Sam Houston High School.
Yeah,
That boy
that's
was
why I seen him
crazy,
there.
man.
He robbed me, but I was in there though.
Yeah, push you out your shoe. I think you lost your shoe.
Yeah, we probably need him on the podcast. I feel like he could tell the real story. I feel like y'all boys over
probably
there.
don't remember
Man, he ain't gonna remember
You
that,
know they don't
bro.
remember their bad game.
Nah, but that's crazy. I ain't know y'all hoop. So is football or basketball the only sport y'all played, or y'all played anything else?
Football and man, grew up on the east side. You know, you feel me? Like it's football. Like
It's all-
as
yeah,
a
it's
boy
definitely-
growing up, like you dream about putting that Mustang on the side of your helmet, like playing varsity on the east side and Friday Night Lights. That's what you dream of.
Nah, for
but
real.
like it's crazy though.
Yeah.
It was a good experience though.
Yeah.
Something you never forget.
Like we still support.
Oh yeah, I'm
North
at the
Shore,
game
like, you
still
know
to
what
this
I'm
day.
saying? Yeah, that's the thing about. That's why I say that's the thing about the east side. Like we all come back and support, no matter like when we graduated. You know what I'm saying? We still supporting everybody. So.
But like speaking on that EYBL circuit, like how was it? Because I know like y'all sponsored by Nike, like the whole
What is
circuit is Nike.
EYBL, Cam? I don't know what that is. What's the EYBL?
Elite Youth Basketball League.
That's something in AAU?
It's the biggest AAU circuit.
Yeah, it's the
bro.
big. Yep.
Well, one of the biggest. It's 3. Under Armour got one. Adidas got one.
Yeah.
Adidas got the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Nike got the EYBL.
For the girls, it's definitely I would say Nike.
Nike,
But,
EYBL?
Yeah, but I know the boys too. They got a Nike one too, and like you said, Under Armour. But yeah, I feel like So with the EYBL, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's it's a nice little setup. So you sponsored by Nike. You getting all these free shoes. You getting all the releases like
Everything.
Kyrie. If you want Kyrie, you
Everything.
getting the Kyries, KDs. You getting all, and they custom. They not like the regular ones you get out the store.
Yeah.
It's like
It was
custom
like
to the EYBL teams.
yeah. Was Nike like taking care of y'all flights and stuff too, or was that like on the team type?
That was on the team.
That was on the
program.
team.
Yeah,
on the program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, we talk so much about like all these achievements and accomplishments. What was the day-to-day life of Chasity Patterson like growing up like this, like achieving so much? What was the day-to-day life like? Did you spend every day in the damn gym, or did you like?
that's
did you have
that's a
fun?
good
Did
question
you
because I really want to
like
know
a regular
that.
life?
Nah. I ain't spend all my time in the gym. I spent a lot of time in the gym, but at the end of the day, I still had fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
I hung out with my friends. You know what I'm saying? We had little get-togethers, kickbacks, whatever. You know, so it wasn't just about basketball, but that was a priority because I knew that was gonna be something serious for me.
Yeah.
But I had fun, family functions. It don't matter, you know, traveling, just going around. Like it just wasn't about basketball, and that's why I be trying to tell people like you can do other things. You ain't just gotta like have a balance. Like we said, you gotta have a balance, balance to everything. Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that balance is hard to find. Cause it'd be the same way in like football. Cause shit, I know shit. We could speak on that. Like leaving the football aspect, it was just like in sports in general. Like you label yourself as that sport. You don't label yourself as. You label yourself as a person, but you describe yourself as that sport.
Yeah.
You don't find out until after it's taken away. It was like shit. That wasn't really me. It was
Yeah.
just something I did.
Yeah, we all do that too. Like as athletes, like define ourselves as, you know, athletes only, you know what I'm saying? But it's bigger than that.
Yeah,
like
nah,
you got
facts,
other stuff
yeah.
going on, you know what I'm saying? You can step out and do other things, but
So we talked a lot about that. So I really want to know the insight of what you was thinking when you scored 3K though, because I mean 3,000. That's a hell of an accomplishment, real talk. And I just want to give you your flowers right here, right now.
I appreciate it.
That's real
Yeah, I
big.
remember that game. It's like
We all went to that game.
everybody knew how many points. You remember how many points you needed going into that game?
It was like 23 or something.
Yeah, and I remember
like
everybody. That's all we was talking about at school. We like, man, we got to be at the game tonight.
Yeah, it was crazy because we played C King the game before.
Yeah.
And I could have hit it then, like
I remember
my
that.
average. I had to go under my average because I wanted to hit it.
You want to do it at home?
Yeah, I wanted to do it at
remember that.
home. But man, that was such like a special feeling, bro. Just to do it in front of everybody, like everybody I grew up with, the East Side, the whole community. A lot of people came out, so it was that was like one of my biggest moments, like in my career.
Yeah, what it really reminded me of, like, if you remember last year when Braun got that scoring title, like how everybody stood up, everybody's phone was out. Like it was really like that. Like the whole gym stood up, phone out, flashes on. Like
they
everybody
stopped the game and everything.
Stopped the game. Like it was crazy.
Because you got to think about that, bro. We mess around and ain't gonna never see nothing like that in our lifetime again. Bro.
No, 3K is crazy.
3K, bro, that's amazing, bro. So that was.
Yeah, I appreciate
3K
that.
crazy. For one, a lot of people not starting from the time they a freshman.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
the thing.
Exactly.
That's the
yeah,
thing.
like
It only
you gotta
count once you get on varsity.
It's a lot of work going into that, man.
Yeah,
a lot of bucket getting going into that.
Not for real. But yeah, I was real appreciative of that moment. Like I remember when I first came to North Shore, like my dad was like, "You gonna be the leading scorer when you leave here."
Oh, that was
like,
that was the goal going in.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
And so I think I was already the leading scorer before I hit 3K though.
Yeah, like but speaking on goals though, like you always had goals going into seasons or like going into this basketball stuff, or was it just like I'm just out there hooping?
Honestly, if it wasn't for my dad, like really bringing it to me, I probably was like, just like I'm just gonna hoop. Like I wasn't thinking like that until like maybe junior or sophomore year. But like coming into high school, I was just like, I just want to do good. Like I ain't trying to think about
you feel me? Like
because people were saying like, oh, can she do what she did in middle school and high school? But I was like, I was already playing against high school kids in AAU, so it was kind of like just trying to prove it to myself.
Yeah,
you know what
but
I'm
you was so cold at Cunningham. It was like 30, 40-point games. Like when the real recruitment like really started happening.
Hey man, you asked my question. Why you taking my question, bro? God damn. Yeah. I was gonna ask that question, but now you
sound like you
okay, but yeah, that's a good question from both y'all.
Cunningham is middle school for everybody.
Middle school,
yeah.
7th, 8th grade.
So boom, 7th grade. My 7th grade year. That's when I got my first college offer.
Wait. 7th grade?
7th grade.
12 years old?
To what school?
UT.
That was like 5 schools. That was 5 questions. I mean,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, but that's crazy though. Was 7th grade?
University of Texas. They was the first ones. They offered me on spot. When I went to a camp out there, they was like, yeah, we gonna offer you a scholarship right now, 7th grade.
That camp was like, was it your age group or was you playing up at that camp?
I think it was like a variety of age groups. But the thing was, I was playing against the players that was already there.
Oh,
like,
in the 7th grade.
In 7th grade?
Yeah, I was scrimmaging with them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I've been playing up like.
That's more than up.
That's the same.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That kind of take me into like my next set of questions and like pivoting on from like high school to like the college aspect.
Okay.
Stepping in like UT, being at the Big 12 level at the time, like what was the competition switch like?
From high school to college?
Yeah.
Okay. So college is way faster, like a faster pace. But it wasn't that big of an adjustment for me. Because like I said, AAU, you got to think about it. Everybody that's in college already, I just played them like the summer before that.
But
so
you just going against older
I've been
people
playing
now.
against all them, so it wasn't that hard to transition. As a senior, you already played those people.
Yeah.
Growing up playing in EYBL.
And then you said you was playing up your whole life, so like
yeah.
going to that true freshman season, like you done probably played against some of these seniors already that's in the school. So it's like
for sure. I knew a lot of freshmen like juniors, seniors that was already in college. I had already played against them like 2-3 years already.
You feel like you was better than the upperclassmen you were playing against as a true freshman?
You said what?
You feel like you were better, like as a true freshman playing against those upperclassmen from the other schools in the Big 12?
Oh yeah. I always said, like I want to put my best foot forward, and I feel like that showed my accolades or whatever. But yeah, I feel like you can see, like, if you watch the clips, you know.
Yeah.
But,
Film speak for itself.
Yeah, the film.
So let's get a little deep into your freshman year because coming from high school, our responsibilities is a lot different than coming to college because college you on your own. You got to go to classes on. You got to go to practice on, and you also got to deal with the social life.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with it? Being a basketball player.
Okay, the thing I'll say about from high school to college, as far as like managing all that, they really do a good job with us, like student athletes. Just making sure that we on a schedule. Like you got a schedule, right?
Itinerary for sure.
Shout out to every day.
You going to practice at this
exactly
time.
where you at, yeah.
You gotta go to class. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it was all set out, so it wasn't that hard. They have a lot of people helping you.
Yeah, was the conditioning different?
The condition, I feel like I was pretty good.
Pretty in
with
shape.
Because I used to play the whole game in high school.
Oh yeah,
so
you ain't get out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
But I mean, you at UT though. I mean, that's you at Texas. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's a power 5 school. So that's why you know what I'm saying.
It definitely was a learning experience. Just transitioning, but I feel like my transition was smoother than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Like in my grade, probably going into college.
Yeah,
And I know we've been backtracking a lot, but like UT being your first offer in 7th grade, did that play like a pivotal role in you like committing there as a senior? Well, when did you commit?
I committed when I was a senior. Yeah.
You committed when you was a senior?
Yeah, it was like November of my senior year.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like did that play a big factor in the fact that you committed there? Like they was the first team to really recognize you?
I feel like it was based off of how I felt far as like relationship wise. Like
Okay.
you got to think about it. All my AAU teammates, they were committing there too. So they were trying to get all of us to go there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they want
they
that
were trying to
chemistry
get
to
the whole
carry
team to
over.
go in there. So it was already, the chemistry was already there. So I was like, yeah, that's a good move. It's close to home. I said I wanted to go to a Nike school. I always told my daddy that. He's like, girl, you gonna go to whatever school? I was like, no.
That school offering that scholarship, huh?
I said, yeah, I want to go to a Nike school. So all the things was lining up. And so I was just like, yeah, that's the move. But yeah, that's basically what it was.
Oh, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, like really touching on that college subject. How was that feeling of like going to being like the number one option to only like averaging like little playing time your freshman year in college?
Mm-hmm.
How was that transition? Because a lot of people don't touch on that. Like when you're going from being like the number one person on campus to like being like just a role player, and even then like it's like a small role. How did you handle that?
Yeah, definitely. Something like that situation right there, like that really helped me, just grow in faith in myself and God and stuff. Cause that was a tough time. I ain't gonna lie. Like going from McDonald's All-American, Jordan Brand MVP, you got to think about that summer before. And then the 3K points, like all that was...
You on top of the world.
Number one point guard, all that. And so just to come and then not experience, like not have that opportunity to actually like show your gifts and what you can do. It was kind of like, man, like it was shocking to me, but a lot of people experience that though.
Yeah, you gotta be
that's
really
what-
mental.
That's why I really said kind of like touch on that though.
Yeah, but it's like that's tough, and it's like a mental thing. It messes with you mentally because it's like you said, you go from being this and that, and then going to a different role and a different team, and so yeah, that really had a learning experience on me because I was like, man, like I got to figure out, a situation. I got to figure my way through a situation or whatever. But
I feel like it kind of make you like dive deeper into like who you are as a player. Like it makes you believe in that 10 times more because like
for sure.
You get to a point where it's like, man, like, all right, do I need to switch something about myself? Do I need to switch something about my game?
Yeah.
And you have to stick true to being you.
Yeah.
And then you find out that actually worked.
Yeah.
Did that play a big role in you leaving UT? Was it like more of the playing time issue, or was it like more of like coaches not believing in your style of game? Because I know each coach got their own style.
Yeah. So I really believe that, I just wasn't given the opportunity to really just showcase who I've always been. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of here's the thing. Like a lot of coaches, they might not give you the opportunities that you are working hard for. Okay. And so I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me like, yeah, like we're dealing with that now. Like you get to college and coaches sit you down knowing that, you could probably start over a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And you can prove that in practice and stuff, but it's all about, just being professional about that. You know what I'm saying? Just putting your head down, staying in the gym. Like even though I wasn't playing a lot, bro, I was staying in the gym, and I was just in the gym like every night, bro. I'm like, nah, like I know who I am. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I've always been, who I am. But after a while, God opened up a better door for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to the SEC, Kentucky, and that was a way better situation. So it was just like, you just gotta have faith in God and really understand that everything is happening for a reason. Like that time, I learned a lot. I met a lot of people. It was just a test of faith for real for me. Test of faith.
And see, that's what I was gonna ask you too. Like, how was the transfer portal and how was that transitioning from UT to not getting playing time to going to Kentucky and being almost the face of it? So that's what I really wanted to know.
Honestly, bro, when I decided that I was leaving Texas, I had no clue about the transfer portal. Like I didn't know nothing.
You just knew you wanted out of there.
I just knew that I was leaving. I wanted to leave, so I was like, yeah, I got to get up out of here. But it ended up working out for me. Like soon as I had put my name in the transfer portal, all the coaches that were recruiting me out of high school,
phone blowing up,
came right back. It was the same thing. So it was just crazy, but it was scary though, bro, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you go from, committing and then boom, now you got to step out and try to find another way. But it ended up working out perfectly for me. Like I had a lot of schools reaching out, and so Kentucky actually recruited me out of high school. They came to my mama's house. They came to my mama's house and everything, home visit and everything. So I already had a relationship.
Tell us a little bit about that there.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy, man. I say, God, he do a full circle. Like, it's crazy. It's like a whole full circle for me coming from the east side, because a lot of these college coaches, they came to the gym, saw me practice at North Shore and stuff. So it was just, I feel like it's just a part of being your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like God gonna take you down.
For a reason.
Yeah, everything gonna happen for a reason. But it's all for your good. So
I could just say this straight up. Like, I respect you for jumping in that transfer portal, because I was one of the dudes that was scared of it. Like, I had too many opportunities to, leave Sam, but I was just like, man, I'm just comfortable here. This who recruited me out of high school. Like, I'm not leaving here. So I definitely respect you for taking a leap of faith. And you see, God got you. So,
especially back then, because that transfer portal wasn't how it was.
Yeah, people keep
you had to sit out a year if you was going to a lower
that's
school.
Our recruitment class. That's how we thought it was going on. And it changed.
All the stuff that's going on right now.
You got to think about it too. Like, far as your credits, your classes and stuff.
Everything got to change.
Is it gonna carry over?
Exactly.
I stay here a year. Is all my classes gonna go over? Because that push people back too. Like, they behind in school now. They behind in their class. But Kentucky did a really good job of making sure that all my stuff transferred over, and so I was good to go.
So when you did get to Kentucky and actually got to showcase your talent and who you really was, how that felt?
Man, that was just the best. That was like a relief for real, because I was like, I'm back. I'm back to doing.
You felt free.
Yeah, I'm back to doing. And I'm like, man, I could have been doing that, but I didn't get the opportunity. But that's why I say, what works for somebody else, and what don't work for somebody else, gonna work for somebody else. So you just gotta find the right fit. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in that sport, you gotta have a good fit in basketball.
So really, kind of dive into that career aspect of starting at Kentucky. Like, what was the switch, and when did you notice it on the court? Like, what was the major difference you noticed on the court from Kentucky, from Kansas? From Texas.
So I won't even, before I even got on the court, I'll say this, just the culture, the culture of the program was completely different from UT. My coaches, they're people of faith, you know what I'm saying? That was important to me.
That is big.
You know what I'm saying? And then just like they care about you as a person, not just an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they like after basketball, like what's your plan, stuff like that. Like they bigger than basketball, but basketball important too. But they want to make sure that you're a good person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was the biggest thing that I didn't really have at Texas. But that I feel like on the court it was just. We play free, we play, like you said, that's where I got my defensive edge at Kentucky, at Kentucky, because that's all that's their main thing. Defense. Like, defense is offense.
Yeah, defense going to lead to offense.
They playing full court defense the whole game.
Y'all full court with it, man?
Court.
Oh,
Yes, full court.
Y'all in shape for real,
real. You got to be in shape. So that was the biggest thing I say from... going there from Texas, because we ain't do that at Texas.
So when you left Kentucky, I'm not mistaken, you had one more year left in college, right?
Yeah.
But you chose to forego it. Mm-hmm. What kind of went into that decision process? Like knowing that you were freshly into Kentucky's program. Mm-hmm. What made you forego that last year?
Well, I'll say I had a COVID year, so. You remember I had sat out that first year at Kentucky. I had ended up getting the COVID year back, so I could have came back. And what made me make that decision is just really I just prayed about it. I was like, God, like whatever direction you want me to go, you want me to come back another year, you want me to go and continue my career, and he was like, it's time for something new. Mm-hmm. So it's time to move on, And so I was like, okay. So boom, that really was what it was. Like I don't make decisions on my own. I always pray about it first, and then whatever God put in my heart, that's what I'm gonna go after. So that's really what it was.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, as soon as you was leaving college, Kaylin Clark came to the scene simultaneously. I felt like that was this seeing you growing up in the gym and you hitting every three in that gym. I feel like that was you before
real talk.
It kind of happened. Touch on that, because I feel like, to me personally, you are the best female three-point shooter I've ever seen.
I appreciate that.
I'll be the second one to adjust to that, my boy.
I appreciate that.
I never seen nobody who that.
Did you get those same opportunities in college to fire like you was in high school, or was it that more of the game plan, to share the ball, and spread the love?
Oh yeah. So it's definitely different from high school. High school, I definitely put up probably more shots, way more shots. And that's how it is. When you're the top player in high school, you're going to have a lot of the shots. But when you get to college, you got a team. So they not going to just go to you. It depends on what program you're in, though. Yeah. Some people can take 20, 30 shots a game. Some people can't. It just depends on what system you're in. But when I went to Kentucky, my teammates, they were pretty good. I played with Ryan Howard and a lot of different people. But it was just, I was a point guard. So me scoring 15, 20 a game was cool. That's good in college. That's real good in college. Get you a couple assists. But I feel like, I couldn't just shoot the ball like I was.
How you wanted to. Yeah. Because you got a clip for sure.
Yeah.
For sure got a clip.
Yeah. That's like, if you look at my high school highlights, that's all y'all see, me shooting.
Facts,
But then once I got to college, it's more about, facilitating the
I was just
court.
going to say that, but you can still facilitate the offense. You had a nice handle on the ball, and your IQ of the game was real high. Mm-hmm. So going into that, going from that scorer to that facilitator, was that a transition, or is that something you already had in you?
Well, in high school, if you ask my high school coach, she gonna tell you that I was a pass first point guard. Even though I scored 30, I used to pass the ball, bro.
That's crazy,
I used to pass the ball, and they used to tell me I used to pass up a lot of shots for real.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that used to piss me out too, cause I know you could go by 70. And I'm like, damn, why should this
I used to, cause that's the thing about me. What made me stand out as a point guard, I could score. I can get my teammates, I can score, I can give them the ball, they can score. I can just create opportunities for other people, not just myself.
Yeah, that's
I can create my own shot. Player.
Yeah. Making the people around you better.
Yeah, that's a part of being a point guard though. You gotta be able to do all of it.
Yeah.
Play defense, score, and get your team involved. Make sure they good.
So we talked a lot about the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and dive deep into the defensive side of the ball because when I used to cut the games on, I used to see you got at least 5-6 steals. I mean, I'm like, God damn. So how did you transition to, becoming a defensive facilitator rather than, just scoring all the time?
Hey, that was just the mentality at Kentucky, man. Like that's practice. Like that's just what we worked on. You know what I'm saying? We working on defense. And they told me, they was like, yeah, like you got to play defense here. Like, man, it ain't no slacking on defense. That's anybody that was playing. If you want to play, you're going to play defense. That was just a no-brainer. Like, you had to play defense. But as far as some steals, I was leading the nation in steals at Kentucky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the most steals I had was like, I want to say 10?
Yeah, 10 steals in the game.
10, I think. I think the school record was 11. I was trying to get 12, bro.
Damn, you were right there.
Yeah, I had 10. I had a double-double.
With steals. That's crazy.
That's amazing, bro.
With steals.
That's crazy.
With steals.
Okay, like kind of fast forwarding from there, like diving into like the pro aspect, like just leaving school early. I know the confidence level was at an all-time high. Like the scars that transition of leaving college and trying to make it pro and making it pro, and how was that whole process like, and what was it like for you? Because everybody's experience is different.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, it was like, again, like it felt like the season where I was transferring. Like it's an unknown like process. You never went through it, so you don't know. But I had a lot of agents reaching out to me after the season. They was like, we want to sign with you to, either you trying to go to the league or go overseas. And so I ended up declaring for the draft, went undrafted. And then, so I started looking overseas. And so it was like a couple of months where I was trying to sign with an agent, try to get an agent. And then I eventually signed with somebody and then went overseas, played in Greece. Yeah. But
yeah, speaking of Greece, like when you got over there, like how was basketball over there? Like, was it like hammered into y'all, or like did you have freedom?
You said what?
Like when you got out there, like how was it? Like the whole organization, like was it anything like it is in the States?
It's a little different. First of all, like they all like from different areas. Some people might be from different countries, so it's like it's a little different. But as far as like practice and the structure of like everything, it was pretty much the same with like college. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a set time to get up. We had like 2 days maybe for like practice and stuff, but we used to travel around and go to games and stuff. So it was pretty much the same. But I'll say one thing, like the biggest adjustment I had to do was the recovery. Like we didn't have all the resources from college like we had overseas. You don't have all that. So it was like all that, like getting massages between every game.
Y'all ain't got all that out there.
No, you're not getting that. We might get that like once a week, but it was just different, I feel like college was really where like you had the most resources. As far as overseas, you don't really have that many resources, but it was still good though.
Was it like a language barrier when you got there, or was it like English?
Nah, luckily like in Greece they speak English and
they do?
speak Greek. Yeah, they speak Greek too, but they speak English, so I could understand what they were saying.
All right, yeah.
I was like, thank God, because I heard it was a whole bunch of stories. They'd be like, we don't be understanding what they saying. We just go out there. I'm like, I'm glad I could understand, but nah, it was fun though. Like Greece was a really perfect spot for me, cause like.
Yeah. So, like, being overseas and, being in Greece, like, did you ever get homesick? Like, because if I take a trip somewhere, if I'm gone for 5 days, I'm ready to go back home. So, I mean, I just
I
can't imagine that. So, was you how you felt out there? Really?
Nah, I didn't really get homesick because, I was used to traveling. Like, I've been traveling all my life, so I was used to traveling, but I did, miss coming back home because, some overseas spots you can go home like in between the season. Yeah. But where I was at, we stayed the whole time, the whole 9 months. Like you stayed out there. You ain't come back home for like Christmas or something like that. So that was kind of like, I was like, okay, but I was good though. Like I'm a good away from home, but when I do be missing home though, for sure.
So how did like kind of like the money aspect work? Cause I know I heard like from
They were trying to get out of the pockets.
pocket watching outside sources that like shit like
Yeah.
as a woman you can make more money playing overseas than you could make playing in the WNBA. Is that true or is that like just
for real?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't know that. Well, hold on, wait. She was telling. Yeah. I want to know.
Talking about
It just depends on who you are and where you at.
So,
like I feel like an average person that came out of college and they didn't touch the league, you're not gonna be making as much money as somebody who went from the league and went overseas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like they gonna pay them higher. You know what I'm saying? Because they already in the professional league in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So they make more money than the people who just come straight out of college and just boom. But if you stay there a couple years, you might get to that point. But rookie salary, you probably ain't gonna have no WNBA player salary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
so did that kind of like play like important part of you like stepping away from the game and choosing to like go into like the training aspect, which we're gonna touch on like. Well, I'll say right now, like touch on like
we got more questions, bro.
From professional playing to training now.
Yeah. No, that. So a lot of people ask me that, and they be like, what made you like come back home? Like you didn't like it overseas, like you was homesick, and I'm like, no, it was none of that. Like I loved being overseas, I enjoyed my time there, but it was just something that God placed in my heart, bro. Like I remember I was just like I said, like I pray about everything, bro. So when I prayed, I was like, God, like whatever you want me to do at this point in my life, like just let me know. Cause I was trying to just see if I was gonna go back for another year or whatever. So he was just like, I want you to use all your gifts and your talents and come home and start your company, your training company. Cause it's bigger than you. Like God gave us a gift. Yeah, it's not just for us. Your purpose is bigger than yourself. So
get them youngins
that's what I was like, okay, now I gotta come back home and, kind of give everything that I had, you know what I'm saying, I experienced, all my experiences, all my, everything that, my resources, and come back home and kind of and drill that into, like, the youth, you know what I'm saying, help them get to where I've been, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's really my calling. I'll say I found my calling. That's why I came back home.
Oh, yeah. Nah, real time.
So I ain't gonna lie, okay, so, like, touching on that, like, is your passion more than like training kids, or is it more into like training professional athletes? Like, where do you see yourself like being the most successful at in that aspect, and where do you have the most passion at in that aspect?
I feel like it's gonna be all of them. It's gonna be the youth. It's gonna be college, and it's gonna be professional. That's what I really wanted. I wanted all three levels, all them levels, and so just trusting the process. The transition from being professional and not playing anymore was was because you go from something you've been doing your whole life, and now you coming back to something you never did before. Yeah. So it's like it was a big transition, but I feel like on all those levels, I'm really gonna be like locked in with a lot of different people, and it's gonna go up. So it's been good so far though. Yeah. Like. It was like the best decision I ever made, but the hardest one. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
See, I like that you're doing that, because a lot of people they have a great career, and then whenever their career do end, they kind of go into their own little tunnel in their hole, and they don't want to give flowers to other people or trying to give game to other people. And the fact that you actually, doing that, that's that's big time. That's amazing. I respect you for that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we that's the thing. A lot of people, they think about like how this gonna benefit me,
Exactly,
but you get to a point where you accomplish so much, bro. It's like you wanna see back. Somebody else. Yeah, it's a way of giving back, and that's like I said, God. That's what God wants you to do. He wants you to be successful and then bring that back. Help somebody else. To serve. You got to serve somebody else. Yeah, it's bigger than you.
So you was in the game for the love of the game then.
Yeah.
Me and Matt was in the game for the
money.
For the money.
For the money.
Y'all ain't love that.
Trying to go.
Did you love the game, Matt?
Hey, bro.
What you say, Matt? Love a strong word, huh?
Yeah, that's stay on the subject, man.
That's what I asked you that, man.
Nah, yo.
I ain't gonna lie. So you kind of like touched on that, like being in that training aspect. What is some of like the accomplishments you see yourself accomplishing now? Like, cause I know from the outside looking in, we see you secure like a new gym partnership with like North Shore High School, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
So like, kind of touch on that. Like, what are some of the achievements you hit in that aspect right now?
Yeah, that was a big one because when I first came home, you know, I was training. I was like going to different locations and stuff. And so when I first started the training business, I was like, that's one thing I want to have is like a guaranteed like location where I can train at. And so shout out to North Shore for allowing me to come back home and do that, because that's big. Like, that's where I started at. That's why I say God take it full circle, because he brought me back to the east side. So that's where I'm at now. Like, I'm trying to help all the kids coming up now, like, get some training in. So that's what I've been doing.
They got a big old picture of you in the stadium. I mean, shit,
McDonald's All-American.
I'm telling you,
It
was only right that you came back to the east side, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
So kind of like give like like shit. Right now we here like in front of the cameras and like touch on your business and like what is the main rep of your brand? Like if everybody that supported your brand was here right now, what is the message, the main message you would deliver to them like right now? And like why they should train with you?
Okay, so my business is called 3K Basketball Training. Obviously, the 3K is because I scored 3,000 and
3,000
points and
0.
Yeah, and so really what I just wanted to carry that on because that's what most people know me for, like my resume. They know me for my resume in basketball, and so a lot of people already know who I am in that basketball world. But what I really want to do with this is just use it as a platform to, serve people. Like I said, serve them. Like, so be a mentor to them, you know what I'm saying? Show them that if you put the work in, it can happen for you. Whatever goals you set, like, it can happen for you. You just got to put that work in. Yeah. And so that's really what I'm trying to push through my business, because it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see it keep happening, generation after generation. So that's what I want my business to be. Somewhere where they could put that work in, learn how to be, a good person, take notes and just ask me, take from my experience and have a better experience for themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Because you had a hell of an experience. It ain't like you on the outside trying to coach and you never played basketball.
Nah, ain't like
you was a scrub at basketball. I mean, 3K, it speak for itself. So, if I was somebody there hooping, boy or girl, I need to.
Yeah, because that'd be a problem with a lot of trainers nowadays or like coaches nowadays. Like, they gonna talk the game, but I feel like it's a real difference when your trainer, your coach can really get out there and show you what they want to see.
Oh yeah.
Show you. I got that
resume. You know what I'm saying? Got that resume to back up what they telling you. So,
yeah. Because I didn't play it at each level, and so a lot of parents are comfortable, with their kids coming and training because they know that I lived through that for real. Like, I really did it.
I ain't gonna lie, that's why we felt like kicking out season 2 with BigBiddne Podcast was important to start it off with you, because we feel like you align perfectly with the goals of the podcast. Like JT said, like, our main goals of this podcast is to shout out all big business, no matter what you're doing, and just like give you if we feel you doing big business, we want to give you a platform to put it out there. And put it out there 100% authentically. No cut, no nothing, no flaw. And we respect all that. We want to give you a flowers while you're here.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Give you
for
flowers,
real. I appreciate y'all, man. This mean a lot to me. Like, coming up here with y'all, like, we all grew up together, man. I'm proud of y'all for doing this. And, shout out to BigBiddne Podcast. Y'all really doing something. So I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, we want to finish it off with a game, though.
Wait, hold on, This ain't the first time we'd have had Chasity here, though.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Let's talk about what Matt did, man.
Yeah. Okay, we will briefly talk about that. What you on?
What happened, man?
When we were first starting, Chasity was originally supposed to be episode 1 of BigBiddne Podcast.
Episode 1, season 1, exactly. But
our old camera crew got fired because somebody didn't press record.
Somebody ain't hit the R.
That somebody was mad.
Hour long and nobody pressed record.
whole hour.
I ain't gonna say no
minutes.
names though.
Look, it's all good. It worked out. That's why I say everything happened for a reason.
Everything full circle.
We
You
came
said
bigger,
that,
we
huh?
came better. Bigger
Hey,
and better.
big business, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Big
It's in the
business.
name.
We steady growing.
Yeah.
I ain't
It's
gonna
in the
lie.
name.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. To finish it off with the game, we want to ask you 3 questions, and these 3 questions are all gonna be separate. The game is gonna be a blessing or a curse.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you I'm gonna say one thing, and you state whether you see it as a blessing or a curse.
I'm the only one playing, or y'all all playing?
No, we all are.
We all gonna play.
Wait, I'm playing?
Yeah,
you playing.
Yeah, you playing. You playing too.
All right, come on.
All right. To kind of kick it off, it's gonna be 3 things. The first thing is social media. What do y'all kind of see that? Was that more of a blessing or a curse?
Man,
We're gonna start with Chasity.
Okay, so for me, I feel like right now, as far as an entrepreneur, somebody who's starting business, content is really big for my business. So it's gonna be a really big blessing for me, just putting out the content and stuff. But then on the other side, you know what I'm saying, when I'm trying to get work done, just scrolling, looking at
real
stuff,
distraction.
that's where the curse comes, because it's you just doom scrolling now, you're not even being productive now. That's what I say. But I feel like more of a blessing, because social media is such a big thing as far as getting your stuff out, your content and your business. So I say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change the topic. I think it might be a curse though.
Yeah.
Just basically because social media, I think it's kind of really more of a facade. People gonna be sitting at home thinking that they supposed to be somewhere that in reality that person that's posting ain't nowhere near what they doing. So I mean, it's a double-edged sword with social media, but my take, I kind of say I'm leaning more on the negative.
more towards the curse.
I leaning more on the curse side.
Curse.
Just you know what I'm saying, just based off what how people move around today's age, because it ain't about the footwork that you put in. It's about oh look, I'm out here helping the homeless type, but you just taking a picture. Then after the picture, you walking off, you going home. You know what I'm saying? That's how
That do be that's a real thing. People live differently than what
Exactly.
they really living. They make it seem like it's a certain
Exactly.
way.
To me, I just think Instagram is just a highlight reel. Everybody was just
It's
post
a highlight tape, bro.
But me personally, that's why I post my flaws. I post my down.
Man, what flaws you be posting?
Man,
on
they
there?
ain't post not one
so
flaw,
y'all-
bro.
So my last
JT,
post,
you asked 5
my last
times.
post, what was it?
In your close friends?
Somebody
Yeah.
breaking
In your close
Yeah,
friends.
somebody
Put it
breaking
on
in.
your real story.
Somebody
Hey, yo,
breaking into my
2025
car.
Put it on your
Honda
real
right now.
story.
Somebody breaking into
Put
my
it on
car.
your real
I put it
story.
on Instagram. I put it on
right
Instagram. Somebody breaking my car. But like I just said though, most people ain't posting it. Most
Yeah.
people, you know what I'm saying, they only posting them
Yeah.
getting a new whip or something like
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna go ahead. Me personally, I'm gonna say curse.
I
So
understand what you saying, JT.
yeah. So Cam, what you got, bro?
Nah, don't pass.
Don't pass it off like that.
What you
Nah,
got,
the
Cam?
way I look at it, it's I look at it evenly. It's a blessing and a curse. Piggybacking off.
Nah,
both
that's
with
not the question. It's one or the other.
Can I answer the question,
No,
bro?
hey,
God,
choose
damn.
one.
Let me answer the question, bro.
Ain't nobody
Man, let me
interrupt
answer
you
the question,
all
bro.
day, bro. Chill, bro. Let me answer the question, dog. I feel like I'm gonna piggyback off of what both of they said, bro. It's it can be a real blessing if you got a business. You feel me? You trying to get your business out there. You ain't got to do the legwork no more. You ain't got to go put flyers on 1,000 cars a night. You feel me? You ain't got to really
preacher,
go.
man. Go ahead and preach.
Yeah.
Go ahead and preach. Go ahead and talk to him.
Yeah.
Then.
You know I'm gonna talk that talk, man.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just,
funny.
but at the
Nah,
same
it's true.
time, like JT said, man, it's really a highlight tape. People really putting on a facade on the people seeing stuff that other people doing. You feel me? And they feel like they deserve that. And at the same time, they got that because they work for it. You feel like you deserve it just because they got it. You feel me? So it's it can go both ways. When it come to business, I feel like it's a blessing.
No. We're not. Don't narrow the topic down.
So you really want
Do
to
you
lean one
feel
way?
like it is a blessing
Look.
or a curse?
She said blessing. I said curse. Nah, it's up to you.
Yeah, you're
It's
trying
all
to
on
say
you
it's a
now.
business. Name one.
Like I said, business is a blessing.
No, Cam,
Next question. Next question, bro.
This how I really feel, though. This how I really feel. Hold on, man. Hold
I
on,
feel
man.
like it's a curse because in this generation, everybody uses
He
it.
couldn't
as-
wait to talk about that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's personal right here. It's personal, ain't it?
Nah, for real.
It's personal.
Because everybody in this generation use social media, like JC said, as a highlight tape. Nobody posts the real shit that's going on. We post all the good shit. But if we being honest, it's a lot of, and when it comes to real life, it's a lot more bad things happening than good. But if we just highlight the good things, it's gonna make people some insecure people feel like, and what I learned in this 25 years of life, a lot more people are insecure than we think. It's gonna make insecure people feel like they're behind in life. That's why I feel like before social media, people were more outside, more involved in things, and had a better opinion and outlook of life from a personal aspect.
Man,
Where
you was 8 years old, man.
but now real shit, like everybody now,
But
but
nah,
they base their outlook on based off of how they see shit on social media. Like you said,
They
JC,
comparing their life to a lot of different people.
Comparison is a thief of joy for real though. Like for real, stop comparing yourself to other people. Like you're gonna be real messed up in this world.
like think about the liquors from the clubs. Like everybody went from drinking Ciroc
To Casamigos.
tequila, Casamigos to Don Julio. How did this all happen? Based off of picturing everybody, this the new thing popping. But
ain't nobody in tune with reality, bro. That's the difference. Like you gotta, like people really gotta put that down and really find who they are. Like people don't know who they are. Like they basing everything on social.
If you didn't have your social media account, who are you?
Yeah,
you didn't have
a lot of
the
people
money
don't know
that
that.
you know what I'm saying? Who are you?
Yeah,
That's the type of thing.
Like, a lot of people don't know that. Like everything about a follow, everybody about a like, everything about a like. You feel me? It's like.
What about question number 2? Because that started a kind of controversial subject right there. We could have went about 15 minutes more.
30 more minutes.
Podcast. Do y'all feel like those are a blessing or a curse? Chasity, we gonna kick it back off with you.
Podcast. I don't feel like that's a curse. I feel like it could be used to be, a way to reach a lot of people. Like I said, social media. Just to get a message out. It depends on who's regulating it and what's the message you pushing out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I feel like that's a blessing. I feel like that's a blessing for sure.
Me, I think it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a podcast.
This better be a blessing.
better work out on.
So I'm just gonna be short and sweet with that because Big Business is a podcast. Well, we more than just a podcast, but I think podcast is definitely a blessing. So I'm just in it with that. Damn.
I feel like it's a blessing.
All right, bet. If you say curse, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
the
what
last
it seemed
time.
like he seen sad.
The reason I said
last time on camera.
the reason I said like that is because like to be 100, everybody don't need to be behind the camera with a microphone. It's definitely a blessing, but it's definitely some ignorant people out here who just get on microphones and just start saying stuff for clickbait. You feel me? That's why I find the discourse at. It's like if you're gonna get on that podcast, like
Had the credibility.
Be you.
Had the credibility though.
Like, know what you talking about.
Don't just be speaking on nothing you ain't in.
Like don't just get up there talking, just saying stuff to get people to watch it.
Actually do the homework.
Like have a genuine podcast. You feel me? Have a real purpose behind your podcast. Like we got that BigBiddne Podcast. Like everybody we love them from the east side. You see, we tried to knock them out in season 1 and trying to get everybody's name out there. Like it's big business. Like we want everybody to have big business out here. So it's like a lot of people just get behind that camera and get a microphone and just get to saying stupid stuff. And I don't respect that.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Cam on this aspect. I feel like it's more of a cursing in this generation because they made it so easy to just picking up a camera and just shooting it and voicing your opinion and playing some playbacks on Instagram with some slow music. Now you know what you're talking about. Where I feel like what makes our podcast so genuine is we put in the legwork and we actually did the hard work that comes behind it. We had the uncomfortable meetings. We built the team from the ground up. Like Chasity, you could vouch for that. You seen us start from shooting off an iPhone to shit. It's 3
whole
cameras.
production.
Real talk,
props to y'all for real.
Yeah,
I seen the start and I seen where y'all at. And
that shit ain't easy, bro. Like
it
you
ain't
really
easy.
like you gonna have some hard conversations with people you done loved and been around your whole life. Like that's just business though at the end of the day. Like when it
started like with a lot of investing too, because like people don't want to talk about that. You're gonna be in the red a lot,
a long time.
When it comes starting with this, there's a lot of investing that come into it. But like if you in it for the money reasons, you'll never win.
You in it for the
That's
wrong
the thing
reason.
I found out in life, because like JT said from the beginning, we was in it for the money reason when it came to sports, and you see how that shit played out.
Look at it.
You gotta
When
really
you follow
love
your
love
passion.
you got to get to the point where you're doing something where if you wasn't making no money, you would still be
You'll
happy.
still do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you know. You like, okay, yeah, this is where I need to be. This is my lane. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like a lot more people need to try to do that in line of work too. Like you need to get up and do something you love every day. Like don't just drag yourself up there, you feel me, just for a check.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you ain't gonna get no good results out of that, ever.
Yeah.
All right,
True.
last question. This one gonna be a funny one. Costume parties. How do y'all feel like that? Is that a blessing or a curse?
Wait, you said a
Wait,
costume
Yeah,
party?
costume party. Yeah, like.
Well, where'd you get these questions from?
I'm
over there
gonna start it
thinking.
off on this one then, cause
start it
to
off.
make it easier for y'all. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like costume parties y'all a curse. You do so damn much for a costume party just to wear it one day, and then you never wear it again. If you re-wear it, it's lame. So it's like, I'd rather just have a regular party than a costume party.
Matt saying this because he threw a costume party last Halloween. And he feels some
Ah,
kind of
yeah,
way
you
on
see
that.
how much work it took to throw that costume party? I had to threaten my partners like, hey, if y'all don't pull up in costumes, I'm not messing with y'all no more, bro. I'm like,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never went to no costume party before, bro. Like I ain't never been a part of one. Like if I did, I probably just wore some regular clothes, right?
Yeah,
I
so
never
Let's just say you was
participated.
you.
you would say it's a
you,
curse.
yeah,
You would say
right.
it's a curse.
Yeah. I just nah.
Me? So that's a tough question. I think I'm leaning more towards as I say curse because
Man, he capping. That man wore fake blood and everything.
I
come
wore
Halloween.
a costume, but you
Hey,
the
Jay,
question.
yeah, Cam, remember he had the gun holsters.
He had the
and
gun
everything.
holsters down on his
Hey,
waist
oh,
and
you
John
gonna
Wick.
You gonna be.
Thought you was
He had
John
the fake
Wick.
blood
First
and
of all-
everything.
Bro,
First
went
of
all
all,
9 yards, blood
I
on the
was
shirt.
1940s gangster. That's all I was, bro.
Who was a 1940 guy?
Exactly. You got to think outside the box. Because guess what I pulled up with?
What you pulled up with?
1942. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? It was a play with the words, but y'all didn't get it.
That's
Y'all was
going-
slow.
See?
But anyway, let me go on and finish the question. To me, I say curse because it's like you trying to be somebody that you really ain't. So I
That's
mean,
the
like,
point of a costume party.
Go ahead, Cam. Your turn. Your turn, bro. Your turn. Blessing or curse, bro?
So what was your final answer though, JT?
I say curse.
Why do you feel like it's a curse?
I just told y'all, bro.
Somebody
Cam?
trying to be something they not.
Basically, yeah. Be you. Just like what she said. Be you.
So what's the point of a costume
Cam?
party?
Cam avoiding the question.
Yeah, that's what he's scared. That's what it is.
What
He
do
don't know what he
feel
wants
like
to
blessing
say.
or curse?
Shit, it could be a blessing. It's a fun time. You feel me? Anytime you're
Yeah.
having a good time, it's a blessing.
So we ain't have to beg you to come to the costume party in the costume?
I just ain't that type of
Put
nigga.
no
I ain't
cuss
finna-
shit, bro. No cuss on that, bro.
You're too old.
You ain't doing that, bro.
But now you on camera, it was
Hey,
easy for you.
y'all using these questions to throw shots at each other. Y'all funny, bro.
Nah, that's Matt, bro. That nigga Matt be tripping, bro.
Hey, next episode, I'm coming over
Look,
the questions,
Matt
man. I'm
Matt
coming over
asks
the questions.
questions. Wait for your answer just to throw a slug at your answer. Like
Because
that's
I already knew y'all was gonna cap. That's why I asked these questions.
why you feel like it's a curse again, Matt?
Because it's too much to throw it.
So you feel like
All right, man. Look, we gotta wrap it up today,
yeah, wrap
man.
it up.
I see how y'all want to
Hey,
talk no
man.
more. You act like a
Hey,
female over there.
Look, man. Today was season 2 kickoff, episode 1. We kicked it off with Chasity Patterson,
Eastside legend. Yup.
University of
Appreciate
Texas
y'all.
legend, University of Kentucky legend, legend overall.
Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you for coming to Big Business Podcast and supporting the movement.
Definitely
and, like,
appreciate you.
being like a supporter of everything we have going
Nah,
on.
for sure. I appreciate y'all bringing me in. Bringing me in.
Hey, go ahead. Shout out your business one more time. Yeah,
All right, yeah. My business, 3K Basketball Training. You can find me on Instagram, Chaz the Real, 2 Z's, and 3K Basketball Training. And that's on all platforms. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
And just like that, we out.
Big business, man.
Big Business episode 1, season 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.